All right, we are back with Chris Stapleton. No, sorry, that's not Chris Stapleton. Back on Excessive Celebration. Crossover Sports. Scott, we got some picking to do.
I'm going to tell you a story about some picks we're going to make. We've been getting whipped pretty bad.
Didn't know you knew how to whittle.
Now it's time to make it even sadder. Because we're going to get our picks and get beat even badder. So here we go. All right, Bill. Sky Q, the diminutive 11-year-old, 35 and 19.
Wow.
Billy, you're 25 and 28.
Hey.
I'm 31 and 22, and we continue to lose ground.
I'm just going to be happy to get back to 500 at some point.
Oh, I think you're well on your way. I think there's been a seed change, if you will. But we are halfway through the regular season, so it's time for us to really jump up here and make something happen, Bill. So here we go. We get through these picks, and then we're going to talk about the weekend ahead on Crossover Radio Family of Fun. Ready?
Ready.
OU Texas, Bill.
Ooh,
all I'm going
barn
to tell
burner.
you here is that there's a difference of opinion between Sky Q and yours truly.
All right, so I'm going to make this easy because we've already kind of discussed this earlier. I will take OU.
As did I.
He went Texas?
Yes, he did. Now,
Bold.
Penn State at Iowa.
My gut wants me to...
Once again,
Because Iowa came off the tough loss to Michigan, I feel like... I want to say they want to bounce back, but I'm going to take Penn State.
Bill, you and I both took Penn State.
Man, this is not looking good for us.
Skylar took Iowa.
This is not looking good
All
for
right.
us.
Florida, who was very impressive and proved all three of us wrong,
Yeah, proved,
just like San Francisco did last night.
I was going to say proved that they've got 3 quarterbacks that can play.
Yes. Yeah. They may need all three of them, though. They traveled to Baton Rouge Saturday night. Florida at LSU.
I'm going to take LSU.
That is the pick of me and Sky Q.
So we're all going to lose that game.
Yes.
Okay.
Iowa State at West Virginia. And this is an interesting game. I think Iowa State looked really good. Looked like they redeemed themselves a little bit against TCU, which I have no idea whether they're any good or not. And then West Virginia played fairly well for about half the game against Texas, maybe a little more than that. But I think Austin Kendall's got some issues too.
Yeah, he looked really good for a while, and then all of a sudden, not so good.
So what do you think?
Iowa State.
You're in there with all of us. Navy at Tulsa. And I picked this game just because I want to know. I wonder what kind of mindset Tulsa has right now. Since their coaches let them down, sorry.
I'm going to say they bounce back. Tulsa, you showed me a lot on how you played against SMU. You should have won that game. Tulsa.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Everybody went with the Golden Hurricane. So we'll know early on.
Yeah.
Whether we make up any crap. So now we got Washington at Miami.
Ooh.
And I loved it. As soon as I saw that this was one of your picks, I thought, he is evil, and I think I love him a little bit.
Well, because sometimes it's so much harder to pick between
Trash.
yeah, to two losing teams versus 2 winning teams.
It's like losing at the fair in something. They go, okay, you want the eraser or do you want the pencil that the eraser came out of?
And Callahan has already come out and said that he doesn't feel like Haskins is ready to start. So that means it's another week of Colt McCoy. Hey.
Yeah, and these Texas quarterbacks really do pan out well. Chris Sims.
Yeah.
Carter.
I'm still going to go with Washington.
You know what? That makes it a threesome.
I just feel like the Dolphins are like a level of terrible in the NFL that we have never seen before.
They are as bad as the 1971 Dolphins were good. They might lose them all.
You know what's crazy is so Parker, their wide receiver, is a pretty good wide receiver. Kenyon Drake, who has not been yet unleashed, really, they kind of go away from him. That kid can play. I'm surprised they haven't traded him to another team that needs a running back. But the Dolphins are we always talk about those teams, and I know it gets brought up way too much, and it's a joke that, hey, Alabama or Clemson can beat an NFL team, which realistically could never happen. But this might be the year that it could probably happen.
Yeah, except Saban doesn't coach well in the NFL against NFL.
Yeah, that's true.
Lions-Packers. Did you pick this one because you're still that sneaky Lions guy and that thinks they're going to jump up and beat the Packers there?
I do. There's something going on with the Lions, and it's a culture change. And even when they lose games now, they don't go on those. It hasn't seemed like they've gone on those skids.
So you think the Packers are going to be a little overconfident after going down to Dallas?
I don't think they're ready for these Lions.
All right, so you're going Lions.
I'm going with the upset.
That's a chance to beat both of us there. And then my favorite pick of all, even better than the Trash Panda Bowl, is 49ers at Rams.
Did you say Trash Panda?
The Trash Panda Bowl, yeah.
So 49ers at Rams. I think we find out if the 49ers for real. I'm going to take the Rams and jump on that bandwagon for a week.
All right, you and Skyler have the Rams. I'm going the other way.
Ooh.
I'm going with the Niners. So here you go, Bill. You got OU, Penn State, LSU, Iowa State, Tulsa, Washington, Detroit, and the Rams. Skyler's got Texas, Iowa, LSU, Iowa State, Tulsa, Washington, Packers, Rams. I've got OU, Penn State, LSU, Iowa State, Tulsa, Washington, Packers, Niners. And if that weren't enough, listen to what's happening this weekend. First of all, I'm going to jump right on the Putnam City bandwagon. Wait a minute, no, I'm not. 58-7, tough loss. Now they get Midwest City at home next week. The Bombers aren't that great, but man, oh man, tough year for Putnam City so far. Bill, I watched Bixby play. Just a note, they're very good. They beat Booker T. Washington 31-0. They had a couple of OSU commits that are just nasty good. Now, the Bethany Broncos, they only lost 2 games last year, Bill. They lost to Tuttle in the regular season, and they lost to Tuttle in the state championship game. This is it. At Tuttle, game of the year. They got to take down Tristan Truelove, the running back from Tuttle, but this is the game that they have put on their schedule to try to come back and win this thing. And that's a big, big game this weekend. Sam Brandt's got to have his chin strap buckled on nice and tight. They go down there and figure out a way to win this one, and then they are in great shape. But it looks like it may come back to those. They're the Clemson and Alabama of 4A football right now. SNU got beat 31-3 by Harding, Bill. Tough, tough, tough. Next up, the Wonder Boys from Arkansas Tech. The Wonder Boys. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell me who are the 2 most famous people to come out of Arkansas Tech. One you'll know. One old OU fans will be very familiar with for all kind of reasons.
I don't know if you're alluding to anything with the Wonder Boys.
The Wonder Boys. No.
Fred Savage and Lance Bass.
No, but so close, so close. Pat Jones.
Okay.
And Larry Lacewell.
Do
you know who Larry Lacewell is?
I do not.
Well, Bill, here's a little history assignment for you.
Okay.
Larry Lacewell was Barry Switzer's defensive coordinator for a period of time until they parted ways. And they parted ways because one of the 2 gentlemen may have had an extracurricular voyage or 2 with the other one's betrothed.
Ooh.
And one of them left town, and it wasn't Barry Switzer. So Larry Lacewell was a great defensive coordinator. I'm not sure where he went after he left Norman, but when he left Norman, he left as a single man. I'll put it to you that way. That's who Larry Lacewell was. Look him up sometimes. A heck of a football coach. And, of course, Pat Jones. Both of those Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys.
I was going to say, I felt like my answers were pretty solid. Fred Savage.
And their mascot's Jerry the Bulldog. Because Every Wonder Boy has a little Jerry the Bulldog with
There
him.
you go.
And then Jerry Jones.
You've been listening to Excessive Celebration. Scott, you got anything else?
Just listen to try that again. Crossover Sports Radio to pick the Putnam City game, and then SNU, and Crossover Radio for Bethany's Tilt in Tuttle Friday night. Tuttle Tilt.
Excessive Celebration on Crossover Sports, reminding you always
Tilt that app.
tilt that app.